What is Tiger Woods working on in his golf swing? Well, this week I've been speaking to someone in Tiger's camp through Instagram about these three fundamental things that Tiger Woods is currently working on in his golf swing. And I'm going to share all of these things with you guys, so I hope you enjoy. Welcome to my channel, by the way, guys. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment your thoughts down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Tiger Woods obviously hasn't been playing too much golf lately, but he has been doing a lot of practice at home. He played in the PGA Championship a few weeks ago, and he did pretty well. He had some ups and downs, but overall a pretty good performance considering he hadn't played much competitive golf. But this week he's at the Northern Trust, and there's some definite changes to his golf swing that we're going to talk about. I can't tell you where I've got this information, but it does come from someone directly in Tiger's camp. And you can actually see these fundamental things that Tiger's working on in his golf swing. They're pretty noticeable changes. There are also things that I think pretty much every level of golfer could improve and could really help you improve your golf. I know that I personally have worked on all of these things throughout the last few years, and they are really good things to be working on. So let's dive straight in and talk about the first thing that Tiger's working on. Now, this is something which Tiger's struggled with for quite a while. If we have a look at this clip of Tiger from a few years ago, you'll notice that his swing is pretty quick, there's no real pause at the top, and he kind of rushes down from the top quite early. Well, this is very different to what Tiger's trying to do at the moment. Tiger's basically trying to get to the top of his backswing, feel like he has a really big shoulder turn, and that he has this pause at the top before he starts to swing down. Now, why is this important? One, it's really important for consistent tempo, getting the club in the right place consistently. But it also enables Tiger to get a bigger shoulder turn and actually to finish his turn at the top of the backswing. Previously, Tiger has struggled with getting a bit short and a bit quick at the top, meaning that he'll kind of start his downswing before he's really finished his backswing. Now, someone who obviously exaggerates this to the max is Hideki Matsuyama, who gets to the top, holds it for probably 3 seconds, and then swings down. Well, Tiger's not exaggerating it quite that much. Also, if we have a look at this clip from Tiger on the driving range at the end of last year, you can actually see Tiger trying to rehearse this movement of this huge, big, wide shoulder turn, and then pause at the top, and then swing down and shallow the club out. So hopefully you guys can see there's definitely more of a pause at the top of Tiger's backswing. It looks kind of almost like a slightly slower, slightly more relaxed swing, which is perfect. I think it's exactly what Tiger should be doing. And also it's a lot better for his body. You have to remember at this stage of Tiger's career where his back and his body is at, you want to be putting as little pressure through there as possible. So I think this is absolutely amazing, and I think this is only going to make Tiger even better. And he's playing actually 3 of the next 4 weeks, so it's going to be really interesting to see how his performance is now he's playing kind of competitive golf regularly. So let's dive in and take a look at the second thing that Tiger is currently working on in his golf swing. So again, let's jump back and let's have a look at a few swings from a few years ago with Tiger. And I want to see if you can notice this on your own. So now that you've taken a look at those swings, have a look at these swings from the Northern Trust this week. I want to see what differences you guys notice and comment them down below. I am going to give you the answer in a second, but just try and see if you can see this for yourself, because it is a fairly big, semi-obvious thing. What changes can you see there from Tiger from a few years ago to now? Well, one of the things Tiger is currently working on is actually maintaining his height a little bit more. So basically not dipping down into the ball as he starts his downswing, not dropping his head, because that's something that Tiger has done a lot throughout his career for definite, but it's also something which causes a lot of bad shots for Tiger basically. And this just builds on the first point we were talking about, when he gets a bit short and a bit quick from the top, and then he dips that upper body down, dips that head down, then things can go a bit everywhere. But he's trying to maintain his height, he's trying to slow things down at the top of that backswing, and the tempo and rhythm just looks so good. Hopefully you guys can see that he's not dipping down there anywhere near as much. It's also not quite as violent a swing, accelerating from the top. It looks a lot more laid back, a lot better tempo, and just looks really, really, really good. I have to say I've got a really good feeling about Tiger in the majors this year. I know he didn't get off to the best start at the PGA, but now that he's back to playing competitive golf regularly, and now that the PGA Tour has opened up some more events, and we've got a really good run of a lot of events in a row that Tiger's going to be playing, building up to the next major championship, I've got some really good feelings that Tiger's going to be up there in the leaderboards. And I'd love to know, what do you guys think Tiger's going to finish in the majors this year? Do you think he can win one? And if so, which major do you think he can win? So now we're going to talk about the third thing that Tiger's been working on in his golf swing. And again, this is something Tiger's been working on for a while, but we're really starting to notice a bit more of a difference with his swing. And to take a look at this, we need to have a look at Tiger's swing from a front-on angle. Now again, first let's take a look at a swing that's a few years old of Tiger, so hopefully we can notice this difference a little bit more. I would say that this is the hardest thing to notice in Tiger's swing. It's a very small thing, but it does make a huge amount of difference, and it is something that I think a lot of you guys out there could possibly benefit from working on yourselves. So basically, if we have a look at the swing from a front-on angle from a few years ago, as Tiger takes the club away and goes to the top of the backswing, we will notice that if we draw a line against his left hip, we will notice that Tiger's left hip is actually going to come a little bit away from this line. Now, this is something that Tiger is trying to change a little bit. He's actually trying to now keep his left hip on that line to center his weight, center his body, so that he's only turning around one pivot point, and basically simplifying his golf swing so he doesn't then have to sway away from the ball and then back to it. Obviously, Tiger doesn't have a huge move away from the ball. Certainly Rory McIlroy probably has a bit more of a kind of sway onto his right side, but this is something that makes a lot of difference, controlling the low point, controlling the strike, and creating that consistency that these guys need to have at the very top level of golf. These are all things that I think all of you golfers out there, everyone watching, could definitely work on a little bit more. So the next time you're at the range, film your golf swing and pay special attention to some of these things we've just talked about with Tiger Woods. Have a look at your height. Are you dipping down? Are you lifting up? Have a look at the top of the backswing. Are you having a slight pause and nice tempo, or are you rushing things a bit? And have a look from a front-on angle and see, is your body moving to the right? Are you swaying off that line? And if so, maybe consider trying to work on that and trying to change that in your golf swing to create more consistency. Tiger Woods is definitely one of my favorite golf swings in the world of golf at the moment. I think his swing's absolutely incredible, and there's a lot that we as golfers can learn from it and take away and work on our individual swings as well. I'd love to know what you guys think of these things, so comment down below. What do you think of these things that Tiger's working on? Do you think it's what he should be doing? Do you think he should be doing something else? And let me know how you think Tiger's going to get on this week and in future weeks to come in the rest of the majors this year. I'd love to know your thoughts, guys. Make sure you do subscribe, make sure you like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Grip it and rip it, guys.
Woo!